And the green flag's out, and Jeff Roberts in car number 86 is the early leader as they move down through the intersection. Side-by-side battle for second. Keith Whalen and Butch Winters will run into turns 3 and 4. Then it's the number 13 of Doug Miller at the 4th place position, and car number 42 in a 3-4-car, 5-car accident up in the 3rd and 4th turn area of the Speedway involving Harold Murphy as well as several other cars there in the 3rd and 4th turn. Close call at the intersection. Roger Vincent, the X16, along with Jeff Roberts are getting very, very close as the field rolls over to turn 4.
Right you are. We're coming around for lap number 2 now. It's number X86. Jeff Roberts is your current leader. Running second, we've got the number 64, Keith Whalen. He is holding down that second spot as the cars move towards Jeff Roberts, and he makes it through nonetheless, as does the number 64, Keith Whalen. He saw a little bit of congestion there in the intersection as well.
Charlie Hartz is set to go 1 lap down to our leader. Jeff Roberts at the intersection. And running at second, it's Keith Whalen. Going third, it's Doug Miller in the number 13. The X88 of Tom Winters goes fourth. His younger son, car number 80, Butch Winters, runs inside the top 5 as well. As again, the leaders hook up in a tight 2-car draft and thread their way past the traffic at the intersection. Dean?
Right you are. 3 laps down in this AutoWorks Figure 8 Division feature event here on 62 WTMT. The College Chevy Geo radio feature. Looks like we're going to have a challenge here coming up very shortly for the first place spot as Keith Whalen challenges Jeff Roberts as they go outside of turn number 2 now. It's Keith Whalen to the inside of Jeff Roberts as they make their way through the intersection. He goes to wide on the outside of turn 3. Keith Whalen slips underneath of it. They're nose to nose coming down the intersection, and this time through, it's going to be too close to call as they come across that start-finish line.
And Pat Pierce nearly collected our leaders while racing side-by-side at that intersection as they work out of turn 2 now. It's still Jeff Roberts out front with Keith Whalen running at second. Doug Miller goes third, followed by Tom Winters and Bobby Johnson. Doug Bivens in the X71 spins up in the second turn portion of the Speedway and rejoins the lineup and remaining on the lead lap as again Pat Pierce gets very, very close at that intersection with our 3rd and 4th place running automobiles of Doug Miller and the X88 of Tom Winters.
Bobby Johnson holding out 5th as he said, but Bobby's hood has come up. He apparently was in some kind of fracas earlier on in the race, so that's going to be some sort of hindrance to his vision because it is all scrunched up on the driver's side right out in front of him, but nonetheless he continues to man and hold down that position on the track.
As they continue to circle this Louisville Motor Speedway now, after 7 laps of competition, our leader is Jeff Roberts, who has opened up about a 4-car length interval over the rest of the field. The number 64 Keith Whalen runs at second, and it's the number 00 of Bobby Johnson going third. But some very close calls at that intersection, Dean.
Yeah, Bobby making up a lot of ground there very quickly. It's right you are. The intersection is just not a good place to be at the moment. The congestion is real heavy out there as Keith Whalen still continues to hold down second. Jeff Roberts out in front. We've got some cars stopped here as Jeff Roberts comes down towards the intersection, but he weaves his way around it and makes it through as we're 9 laps down in this event for the AutoWorks Figure 8 Division.
9 laps completed. Tony Conway is the last car on the lead lap, and Tony is the current point leader in this division, but he is in jeopardy of going 1 lap down as right now the leader of this contest is only about 15 car lengths off his taillights as they move down through the intersection. Roberts slowing at the intersection for some heavy traffic and has allowed Keith Whalen in car number 64 to ease in as they move side by side over to turn number 2. Out of turn 2, Harold Murphy is stalled at the intersection. Jeff Roberts and along with Keith Whalen find their way around Murphy. Bobby Johnson still maintains the 4th place position along with Tom Winters in the X88, and Raymond Johnson rounds out the top 5 as again Tony Conway now has gone down 1 lap to the leaders. No longer on the lead lap, but still in the point lead.
11 laps down in this AutoWorks Figure 8 feature here on 62 WTMT, being brought to you by College Chevy Geo here on White Ray Grinding Saw and Tool Night. And we've got Buddy Bertries down here between turns 1 and 2. Him and Calvin Roberts, it looks like, spun together there momentarily. Both cars getting it back underway, but Buddy's sustaining some trouble to the underneath side of his car.
Yeah, that was Calvin Crane in the X85 that got together along with Buddy Vertries in the 1st and 2nd turn. I believe both cars have rejoined the lineup. In the meanwhile, Bobby Johnson has taken over the number 2 spot, but Keith Whalen has just made contact with him. Wayland, for the moment, moves up into the number 2 position. The X88 of Winters, Tom Winters out of Shively, Kentucky now takes over the number 2 spot. Jeff Roberts continues to lead in his Derby City Septics Racing Chevrolet. Tom Winters in his Auto Body Panels, Tom's Garage and Body Shop Racing Chevy Monte Carlo, continues to run at second and now challenges Jeff Roberts for the lead position. Both cars slow at the intersection. Winters finds his way through and has the momentum. Bottleneck for second, and now Tony Conway makes contact with the third place running Keith Whalen up in the first and second turns. And I believe the only way you're going to get them apart is to throw perhaps a bucket of water on them. And they do pull apart up in the first and second turn and rejoin the lineup. The field has been reshuffled after 14 laps of competition. Tom Winters of Shively, Kentucky, nearly picked off at the intersection that pass by his son Butch, enjoys about a 15-car length lead over Jeff Roberts. Running at second, it's Bobby Johnson and Raymond Johnson going fourth. Rounding out the top 5 unofficially, it's the number X16, I believe, of Roger Vincent. Now they are posting the number 89 of Rick Kelly up on the scoreboard.
16 laps away as we come through that busy intersection once again. The number 86, the cars are just piling up there as they move around each other, trying to break through all that congestion in the center section. Currently, your leader still is that number 88 machine of Tom Winters. He is still enjoying a comfortable lead over Jeff Roberts, who's about, looks like 20 car lengths back now, and he is being challenged by Bobby Johnson for that second place spot.
Tom Winters, a veteran figure 8 racer from around the Kentuckiana area, came into tonight's racing action here at the Louisville Motor Speedway in 19th place in point standings and 1 feature win to his credit. He's going for number 2 tonight here at the Speedway, Dean Taylor.
As we said, action continues here on lightweight grinding. Saw and Jewel night as a close call there comes up for your leader in car number 88, Tom Winters. We are 18 laps away here in the Auto Works Figure 8 feature event here on 62 WTMT. It's car number 42, Tony Anderson, gets spun sideways there almost into the intersection.
And Tony gets the car going and remains on the lead lap as our leader just now working out of turn 4. Tom Winters moves in on Harold Murphy to put Murphy 1 lap down. Running at second, it's the number 86 of Jeff Roberts, and some more close calls at the intersection, bringing these fans out tonight at Louisville Motor Speedway, standing up to their feet, on their feet here tonight, as again, some very close calls at this intersection, some very heavy traffic as defending track champion Danny Blackwell slithers through. Roger Vincent goes on a spin in the second turn, along with Keith Whalen and Timmy Blackwell.
And you'd think it was a full moon here tonight, the way these figure 8 drivers have been behaving this evening. Of course, earlier we had James Hagan roll his car twice out here in the front straightaway.
And coming up and completing lap number 21 this time around, it's car number 88. Tom Winters, the leader. A wheel coming off one car, and I believe it was on Rusty Kelly's machine over in the second turn area of the speedway. So a wheel and tire coming off of his machine has sidelined his car and has brought this race under caution after 21 laps, just 4 laps short of the checkered flag. Dean Taylor?
Right, 21 down, 4 to go for the Auto Works Figure 8 division. Your current race leader is coming up very shortly. In fact, right now, as the green flag comes out, Dave Geiger gives him the go-ahead, and we're back to racing here.
And immediately, Tom Winters of Shively, Kentucky jumps out to about a 5-car length separation between himself and the other field of thundering Auto Works Figure 8 division cars. 21 laps are completed right now. Tom Winters is working out of turn number 4 and down through a very clear intersection, and he'll collect lap number 22. Dean, we're 3 away from a finish here this evening.
Yep, 22 down, 3 to go as Tom Winters still maintains that front lead there. Buck Skaggs is right behind him, but he is a lap down, so they're currently running second is the number 86 It looks to be third, number 77, Danny Blackwell, currently holding down 4th in that number 1 machine.
Tom Winters has been racing figure eights since the days of the old Fairgrounds Motor Speedway, which was once located at the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center. He came away with 2 feature wins during the 1990 racing season. Right now, he's ready to collect his second one for 1991 as the white flag comes out. Simultaneously, a bunch of smoke from underneath the second place running car of Jeff Roberts as he takes the white and wheels off into turns 1 and 2. The third place running car of Danny Blackwell in the number 77 looks very healthy. Moving into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, Shively, Kentucky's Tom Winters in the Auto Body Panels, Tom's Garage and Body Shop Racing Monte Carlo is $400 richer tonight. Jeff Roberts across the line at second, finishing up at third, the 2-time track champion in the figure 8 division, Danny Blackwell. At fourth, car number 1 out of Germantown, Kentucky, John Basham, and rounding out the top 5 from Parkway Village, Kentucky, who lives around Eastern Parkway in Preston, car number 42, Tony Anderson. So